Hello, Oracles! Well, we have earnings season has started, and Tesla's earnings are coming up next Wednesday, January 26th. Here are 4 reasons why buying Tesla before earnings will be a great idea. Well, Tesla is under $1,000, and as BlueToad said in the comments, Tesla in 3 figures, buy. And it truly is, just that. It's under $1,000. It is, can it go lower? Absolutely. But Tesla being under $1,000, think about where it has been over the last year. Q3, we ran up past 1,000 because of the earnings that we had for Q3. Q4 earnings are going to be even better than that. So yes, it's under $1,000. It's a great buy, especially if you're going to be holding long. Think about it. We've said it time and time again. If you're holding this out 5 or 10 years from now, what do you think the price of the stock is going to be in 5 to 10 years? Do you think that you're going to get a great return on your investment if you buy the stock under $1,000 now? I personally think so. So now that we've established that buying Tesla under $1,000 is a great idea, we'll get into the 4 reasons why buying before earnings is an even better idea. So number 1, earnings are going to blow our minds. We have already seen that the production and delivery numbers that came out of Q4 blew out everybody's expectations. Even the most bullish retail analysts on YouTube and Twitter all had their expectations beat by Tesla. So we are going to have an enormous blowout earnings for Q4. So expect this to be great, but as we saw with Netflix, blowout earnings may not as necessarily be great for the stock going forward. So what do we have else coming up? Well, speaking of Netflix, their forecast going forward was not anywhere near what expectations were. They were 20% shy, so the stock fell 20%. Now when it comes to Tesla, Elon all of last year has kept on reiterating supply chain issues, we're having shortage problems, it's been a struggle, and every time he says that, the stock wavers. But then look at it. They blew out Q3 earnings. They're definitely going to blow out Q4 earnings. So despite the fact that Elon is saying that, there are challenges that they're facing, clearly they have no problems overcoming these challenges. Elon has stated that they look at 50% year-over-year growth. And I have no doubt that is going to hold strong. And last year we saw 87% growth. So 50% growth I see is going to be more than achievable, and I have no doubt that they're going to reiterate this on the earnings call. If Elon or anybody on the call does say something like, we are still facing supply chain shortages and issues like that, if that's what brings the stock down after earnings, so be it, because we have clearly seen that despite any supply chain issues that they have, they are able to overcome them and then some, and they take it far beyond that. Whereas nearly every other manufacturer out there has been losing sales quarter over quarter, Tesla's been going up. So they have proven that they can overcome these issues, and so I see their forecast being just as strong as it has been in the past. And the third reason to buy before earnings is going to be the roadmap. We're getting clarity on so many things on this roadmap. We're going to find out about when production is officially starting for Austin and Berlin. We're going to find out when the Cybertruck is going to get released. We're going to find out about the $25,000 car. We're going to find out about the 4680 battery. We may even find out about any new projects that they are working on. Perhaps we hear more about the Tesla van. Maybe we hear about a rumored Pi phone that a lot of people have been talking about. I don't know if that's actually going to come to fruition, but they did just get approved for trademarking on headphones, megaphones, and different sorts of audio equipment, so maybe that's something that goes along with it. Who knows? There's a lot that we may be finding out about on the roadmap, and just that alone is a reason for me to get into it, because this is a company that's clearly moving forward and moving forward really strong. And so I want to be in this before we find out the next level that they are going to. And the last reason to get in before earnings is the timing. And the timing of this is we have the Fed meeting coming on Tuesday and Wednesday. We will have Fed clarity before we get our earnings report. So whatever the macro environment is going to do based upon the Fed news will be done before we get to earnings. So we're not going to have to sit in an uncertain territory where people are like, ooh, do I want to buy more or not? And we will have clarity from a macro standpoint as far as the Fed goes, And so that could be a great sign for us to be in Tesla stock beforehand, because if it's going to run, we won't have uncertainty from the Fed holding us back. Now, of course, all of that can change with the Russia situations going on, or COVID, and then down the road we get into another month of, CPI data and things. But for the immediate earnings future, that is going to be great for clarity for us when we get the earnings call. And now a bonus reason to buy ahead of time is the insurance business is expanding as well. Tesla is now in Arizona and Ohio, so they are expanding their insurance, expanding their revenue. And from what I've heard from many people who work for insurance companies is they don't know how to price insuring a Tesla, because they've never had to do something like that before with electric vehicles, and just because of the safety ratings on it, it's very difficult. So going with a Tesla insurance could be a very viable option, especially for Tesla owners, because they're having so many troubles trying to get insurance from regular insurance companies. Let me know in the comments below, if you're a Tesla owner, how was it getting insurance on your vehicle? How did they do it? What is the insurance looking like? I will be getting mine sometime this year, so I'm going to have to deal with that myself. So that would be good for me to know as well. I'm in Connecticut. I don't know if Tesla is going to be coming to Connecticut anytime soon, or if ever. So any clarity for me there, if anybody owns a Tesla in Connecticut, let me know how you insure it. And now, of course, there are many, many other reasons to get into Tesla stock now, or any time around now, if you're playing it long term. I'm going for this minimum 10 years, and so buying at any price now, whether it's $1,100 or $900, is what I want to get into. It is going to be something long term. You're going to have a great return on your investment over the long term, but for the short term going into earnings, this is for anybody who's looking to get in, whether you want to get in before or after earnings. Nobody knows what the price is going to do when we get our earnings report, but from what I see, this is just going to be strong going forward, and I would say getting into Tesla now is the best option. And I'm not a financial advisor, but I just see a company who is looking to change the world for the better with a lot of room to grow, and I want to be in it, and I recommend it to others as well. And a great bullish sign going into earnings is, over the last 3 weeks, we have seen many, many analysts increasing their delivery targets, increasing their price targets, and this has always been a bullish sign when analysts are increasing their price targets before earnings. So when we get through earnings, I think some of them were holding back to wait to see what earnings looked like, so I can see after earnings we will see even more price targets going up. And then if we get the earnings that we are expecting, we could potentially see their credit rating go up. And if their credit rating goes up, hold on to your seat, folks, because we are going to take off with institutional investors pouring into the stock. Let me know in the comments below, what other reasons do you see for buying Tesla stock going into earnings? Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate all of your support and feedback. If you have not subscribed, please do so down below. Sign yourself up for notifications. I am over on Twitter at OracleTim1. I share all of the latest Tesla news, pertinent stock market information, and all of my daily trades over there. Thank you all so much. Have a great one.